Hello, my name is Ashley Scher. I'm the founder and CEO of Share Love Fund. Today we're going to explore section 1.38 of the Gita. Section 1.38 reads as follows. Though their understanding is clouded by greed and they feel no guilt about exterminating an entire family or showing hostility toward friends. So here Arjuna is evoking his critical thinking and really kind of analyzing, do I want to fight this battle that I'm fighting against my cousins? And he spent the last few lines of the Gita really pleading with Krishna, saying, hey, I know these people, like they're my cousins, really, for real. They're fathers, teachers, father-in-laws, and we hear quite a bit of that. But just as all feelings come and go and all sensations come and go, positive or negative, our fears also sort of like ebb and flow, and our perspective also changes and is dynamic like an ocean's waves. So here Arjuna is sort of like reeling it in after saying, hey, but I'm related to these people, I'm related to these people. Now Arjuna is saying, you know what, they're not really nice people. Like, they're greedy and they have no guilt about killing my entire family, and they even show hostility towards friends. So he is still doesn't want to fight, because he's saying, well, I don't want to fight even though they're greedy. But by saying even though they're greedy, Arjuna is planting the seed of like, wait a minute, they're not that nice after all. And the idea is that, yes, it's not pleasant to fight against unrighteous people, but what happens when you don't fight against them? You know, it's kind of like a cancer that can spread. Now, I'm not advocating fighting against anyone. I'm teaching this Gita as an allegory of the fight within. So this is like a metaphor that there is no real battlefield, that maybe the fight of the Gita is really about kind of like fighting the sensation to smoke or something like that. What people take away from this, that is your own prerogative, and I encourage your own critical thinking. Let's look at this a little bit deeper. So now Arjuna is giving another excuse for not fighting. He's basically saying, yeah, they're all wretched people and murderers, but what's the use of killing them? And because that's a sin on ourselves to kill someone. Why does he call them wretched? Because it's true. As we go through this story, this epic battle, we'll see that both sides, one side has exhibited virtue, the other side hasn't. And the side Arjuna is fighting against, they've made clear throughout the script that these are, you know, confirmed and documented scoundrels, so to speak. They secretly set a fire to where the Pandavas were expected to sleep during their exile. So even during their exile, when the Pandavas were minding their own business, they actually went after them and, you know, tried to stir the pot. They tried to poison them. They openly attempted murder. They deceitfully tried to deprive the Pandavas of their kingdom, wealth, even their wife, Draupadi, who was married to all of the Pandava brothers. Death is that reward, or destiny will bring such people under the concept of dharma, even if they happen to be Arjuna's relatives. So in this yogic philosophy, as a precursor to Hinduism, there's a concept of dharma, and we can think of it as the English idiom of just desserts. And so Arjuna is saying, hey, listen, I don't really care what people did, like nobody should kill anybody. And this text is saying that sometimes you need to restore order. So if there's some casualties in the restoration of order, then so be it. Like, for example, this patio that I'm on, like, we shouldn't just go throwing metal in a landfill and creating waste, but at a certain point this structure is going to fail and somebody's going to get hurt, and it does need to be eradicated and replaced or fortified or something. Like, at a certain point we have to clean up. So I'm not advocating fighting or anything like that. I'm just trying to explore this text with you. Overwhelmed with sentiment, Arjuna wants to save them, even though his duty as a member of the ruling and protected class is to destroy evil. So this is why the Gita is an allegory for the battle within, because he's attached. He would love his relatives to just wake up one day and say, listen, I'm really sorry, can we all be friends? But it's a battle within, because he's given this duty to eradicate evil. The duty of a king is to uphold righteousness. At the same time, he calls them murderers, and he still wants to save them, and he speaks of committing sin. It's an argument based on sentiment. So he wants to save them, not because he's saying, oh, it's holy to save them. He wants to save them because it's really upsetting to upset the status quo for him. Like, for example, there's people who may be estranged from their parents, or their parents were maybe abusive or not positive in their lives. And some people, they might not have talked to their parents for many, many years. But when that parent passes away, it's common in people we've worked with for them to be just completely devastated. And so it just shows that, like, sometimes when people aren't even positive in our lives, we're still very much attached to them. And here, Arjuna, he's not asked to just endure a loss of his family members. He's asked to proactively fight against them. And so he's asked to basically create the circumstances of having a loss on purpose. And that's really tough stuff for him to endure. Let's explore more in the next videos.